Hey everyone, this is Jonathan from Guitar Player Academy, and today we're continuing our how-to solo series, but this time we're going over the Dorian Mode. Now, I highly suggest you check out parts 1 and 2, because all of this information is built off that information. So before you watch this video, if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I highly suggest you go back and check it out. While you're on the channel, you might as well subscribe so you don't miss any other content, and to especially make sure you don't miss any other new videos, especially on this How to Solo series, hit the notification bell. And when you finally come back to part 3, which is the Dorian Mode, what we're going over today, like this video and all the other ones to find if it was helpful. If you have any other things that you guys want me to go over in this how-to solo series, leave them in the comments below. I do read those, I like to respond to those, and I like to see what you guys are interested in and what songs you guys especially use the Dorian Mode over. It's one of everyone's favorite modes. It's personally one of my favorites, so I'd be interested to see what you guys as guitar players are picking up. So, what is the Dorian Mode? Right? In part 1, we hung out on the major scale, right? A major. We also dabbled in the relative minor, known as Aeolian. We had F sharp Aeolian in this case, and then we had A major, right? Now we're continuing this climb up to B Dorian. What makes B Dorian different than A major, note-wise, is actually nothing at all. It's the same notes. Again, we're just taking the major scale and starting it in different ways. However, if you're comparing it to our relative minor, our Aeolian scale, the only difference is instead of this flat 6 that we have going on here, we have what's called a natural 6. And if you're looking at the major scale, see how it repeats, it flows from it, because you have fingers 3 and 4 here. You have your G sharp to A, then you have a G sharp to A. It's just in the context of B Dorian, this is no longer the major 7. This is called the natural 6, because B is our root. It's our home base at this point. But everything else is the same. So I'm going to break down the fingerings. Again, we're in B Dorian because we're continuing from A major. But you can use this fingering anywhere around the neck. If you learned this fingering in B and then you got handed a chart that was in the key of F major and you wanted to pull out Dorian, you go to your second degree of whatever key you're in. So if we were in the key of F, we're going F, G. Look, I'm in G Dorian. Same thing goes here. If we're in the key of A, which we are, I want to play B Dorian. What am I going to do? A, B. I'm on my second degree. So, the fingerings is B, which is 1. I use 3 here, which is just a C sharp. D, E, F sharp. So 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. I slide down, reposition with my index. I hit the natural 6. Again, that's a G sharp in this context. G sharp, A, flat 7, B. Let's continue up the octave here. We have our second again, our flat third, so 1, 2, 4. I'm sliding back, putting my index back on that 7th fret where we started. Here's our natural 6 again. Flat 7, 1. Really slow. I'll count it off and then you can practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, or natural 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, natural 6, flat 7, 1. Again, notice how we are just taking the major scale and moving it and starting it on the second degree of the scale, and it's just called Dorian. But you can use Dorian not just on B Dorian or any Dorian type song, right? You can use it in any song. Like if you're in the key of A major, you can put it anywhere because it's just the major scale, but starting somewhere different. So to demonstrate, I'm going to be playing a backing track that focuses around the B minor 6 chord. The minor 6 chord is super important because it amplifies that natural 6 that we've been talking about. So to demonstrate here, I'm going to walk down the degrees of the B Dorian scale. I want you guys to listen, really actively listen to see what these tensions pull, what type of emotions they pull, what colors they paint, that type of thing. We'll start easy. We'll start on the root. You can sit on this all day. Nothing earth-shattering. It's a safe note. Let's go to flat 7. This gives you some options. You can either go up or to my personal favorite and the star of the entire scale, the natural 6. The natural 6 loves bending up to that flat 7. And it's a great note to start on if you're starting a solo and you know you're in Dorian. Like for example, if I'm again, just a great note. And then we have 5. 5, another safe note, it's a chord tone like we talked about. Or I look at 5 as an all-purpose weapon. You can really jump to any note from 5. Let's go to 9. Let's go to 4 now. 4 is really unstable. You either want to move to 5 or move to that flat 3. But 4 is excellent to bend. It's a great launching point. Flat 3, another safe note. 9, depending how you use it, or the second degree, it's a great, like, almost in the middle, kind of dreamy sound. It leaves a lot of people, like, longing. It's not exactly a tension that makes you want to move, but it's not exactly a tension that makes you comfortable. So it's a great midpoint for your story. I bend just a half step to that flat 3rd. 1. We bend to 1. Great timbre again. It's that natural 6. A great series there. Bend up, flat 7 to 1. Blend natural 6 up to flat 7. Hit that 5. Look, I'm back in my Ionian scale. It all flows into one another. Again, it all flows into one another. And that's the beauty of what Guitar Player Academy here is kind of presenting, right? I went from relative minor to major 1 to now we have Dorian here. But there's so much juice that is presented in the Dorian scale that sounds so much different. Even when I did a bend, because it's different notes, it may be the same string, but I'm bending different notes. But it's presented differently. Again, you really want to think of a story and presenting a great color palette. For me, when I play and I play solos, I see colors and sentences. That's my thing. It's a weird situation, but when I play, I see colors, and when I am doing a solo, even if it's just in B minor 7, I mean, that's just such a tasty lick. You can throw the natural 6, otherwise displayed as a 13 sometimes where people refer it to as well, so just as a heads up to that. But you can throw it in anything that's appropriate. So kind of listen in, and if you just have a rhythm part and it's just sitting on a B minor chord or any type of minor chord, you can throw it in. However, you do have to be cautious, because again, if we're doing, let's just keep it in the key of A here. When I'm in F sharp Aeolian, I cannot throw in that natural 6. You can do it as maybe a passing, really fast, but just be cognizant that this note that appears to look like a natural 6 fingering does not work. You want to keep it flat 6. So again, Dorian, the only thing that makes it special or different is the natural 6. But if you can exploit the natural 6 and use it as a great jumping point for your solos, you're going to have such a great modal solo. So that's pretty much it for this video. The next video that we do in this series, we're going to be talking about my personal favorite mode, the Phrygian scale. I think it takes Dorian and then puts it on steroids. For me, there's so much more color and potential to it, but Dorian has so many beautiful assets that you have to know in order to get the Phrygian. So if you found this video helpful at all, please like the video. Check out the playlist that I have going on in the How to Solo series. If you want to review some concepts, the videos will always be up, and it's important that you keep building on the previous knowledge. But if you enjoy the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep coming back and keep shedding, because we want to make you the best guitar player that you can be.